Are you ready to make this cute but easy peasy pillowcase that only requires sewing 3 seams? Stay tuned. To start, you will need 3 fabrics. The body fabric is 27 inches, the accent is 2 inches, and the cuff is 9 inches. All of these fabrics need to be the width they are when they come off the bolt. So from salvage to salvage, they are measured 41 to 45 inches depending on the particular fabric. Okay, let's start by folding the accent fabric in half, wrong side together, and we're going to iron. Now we will start the layering. First, lay the cuff fabric right side up, then the body fabric right side up. Next, place the accent piece on top, lining up the raw edges. You will pin through all the layers. It should look like this. If the salvage doesn't line up on the other end, that is totally fine. It will be trimmed later. Then begin to roll up the body fabric. Keep rolling until the cuff fabric is shown from underneath. Then bring the cuff fabric around and line it up with the raw edges at the top. By doing this, it will hide all the seam allowance inside once it's sewn. Okay, so once you sew your 1/4 inch all the way around, here comes the fun part. You can remove these 2 clips. And if you have a pin, just go ahead and remove the pin. And you have no more pins in here. So let's go back to the other side. And we're not going to worry about this extra because we're going to cut that off. Okay, so let's go back to the other section. Once you finish sewing that 1/4 inch seam, you will then reach in through one side and begin pulling out all the fabric rolled up inside. When it's all the way out, you should have the body, accent, and the cuff on the front and the body and cuff on the back with all the seam allowance hidden inside. I now take my iron and I'm going to iron out those wrinkles and just making it easier to move to the next stage once you have a nice clean pressed surface. you want to make sure that when you line up, let me get a little closer. When you line up, you want to make sure these two match exactly, okay? And you want to make sure these match exactly. And so just go ahead and put a pin there. And a pin there. Okay, so make sure those match. And we may have to do some trimming. 28, I don't know if you can see where my finger is there. That's where you want to cut 28, and here is by 20. 28 by 20. Make sure everything is lined up. Okay, I'm not actually sure where my last video ended, but basically what I'm going to do is line 2 rulers because my ruler is too short. It's 24 inches and I want it a little bit over. So the trick is to line this ruler up. It's perfect. Okay, so now what we're going to do, let me make sure my recording's on. Okay, we're recording. So now with one hand here, because it's hanging over, you want to make sure you have enough space. You're going to go ahead and trim. And there's a little bulk there. Now, very important, we want to make sure that's still lined up. It's a little bit off. And that is perfect. So, that's still on my 3-inch mark. Oh great, I can't even really feel where that is. Okay, so you're just going to continue to cut off. Uh-oh. A little string. So with pretty sides on the outside, you're going to take your pins and go ahead and pin these together. Now I'm pinning here, but you want to start from the top because you want to make sure everything is lined up perfect, and it is. Oh, perfect. You want to make sure that is on top of each other. I'm actually going to put a clip there. And then I'm going to put a pin on each side of it. And let's just do 1 or 2 backwards, and we're just going to follow. Just take your time, pull out those pins. We don't want to have any accidents running over pins, just like you wouldn't run over things with your car. You just take your time and pull out those pins. Next, you want to trim your seam allowance down to about 1/8 of an inch along the side and the bottom. Next, you're going to turn your pillowcase inside out and iron along the seam lines so that they are nice and flat. Now we're going to take it back to the sewing machine and sew 1/4 of an inch down the side and the bottom. Flip it inside out and you get to see the finished product. And if you can sneak peek, you see there's no raw edges, and that's your French seam. Finished our stitching, and if you can see, the stitching there is gray and this side is white, so you can't really see it that well. So this is the wrong side, and we're going to flip this out, and you see this is where we just finished stitching, and that's the other side. So let's go ahead and turn this right side out. That's it. Nice, fat, plump pillowcase. And this is the raw side. If you see any raw edges, anything you need to clip, looks beautiful. Can't even hardly see that seam. Yeah. I'm just such a perfectionist. Okay, look at that, guys. Isn't that a beautiful pillowcase? Now, you could go and put some embellishment here if you want. You can put a name on there. But that's it. That's the pillow. Tell me what you think.